So welcome to our podcast.
Our latest one. This one is set in Županja in Croatia. Branka's home country.
But this is not the seaside, as you can see.
This is real Croatia.
Where things are going all right-ish for people. Mainly they're poor. Mainly the development doesn't come this far.
No.
And there are lots of cultural and social problems. But it's a beautiful part.
Oh, it's a stunning place. As you're looking behind us, you can see trees in the distance. The trees in the distance that you can see are in Bosnia.
Because we're on a border.
We're right on the border.
Actually, we are in a triangle. So behind us is Bosnia, and then that way to the east is Serbia.
And we're sat in Croatia. I was very interested before to see a crow fly over from Bosnia into Croatia.
Because
and then
he's now in EU.
He is an EU.
He's an EU crow.
He's an EU crow. But we were discussing before on the way here about kindness. Kindness is something that we promote in our site and we promote in our work. And kindness for us is fundamental for being a human. But you were making some very interesting points before about kindness, the way you saw it. Do you want to go through that again?
Yeah, because for me, I try to be kind always. And there are different types of kindness as well. Kindness doesn't mean to be a pushover. Lots of people think, oh, well, you just like let everyone just run right over you, but you don't. It's a quality, and there is very little kindness here because the social situation is so difficult that people, I don't know why, they're less, I perceive them as less kind in comparison to how people are where we live in UK. And
do you think there's a link to a sort of surplus of in your life to allow the room for kindness, and that's why it's not here as much as it is in the UK?
But it shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be. I agree with you, but do you think there is a link to it?
I don't know. I always feel like with kindness, it's like love. You just have it. It's not. It just feels like there is a scarcity of kindness. But it's an energy. Like love is an energy, and hate is an energy, and you just produce, like, you just make it. Like, if you need more love, it's not like, oh, if I suddenly start loving someone more in my life, I'm going to love someone else less. It's not a pie.
It's not an equation.
It's not an equation. It's just like, oh, I love that person more, so, but I love you as much as I did, or even more today. It doesn't really matter. And it's the same thing with the kindness, but it's like being not allowing yourself out. It's like being in prison of yourself, where you like not allowing these emotions out because something bad could happen. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you feel like if I'm kind, someone will take advantage.
Yeah, it's vulnerability, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think kindness is something that we have it's a human trait, but we're scared of it.
Yeah.
I think we perceive in the modern world kindness makes you vulnerable, and the lack of kindness in others means that they will exploit the vulnerability that you perceive you have. I mean, for me, kindness is just what I do. And sometimes I will find people take advantage. We've had that many times.
Yeah.
But for me, I go into kindness knowing that. So it's not a vulnerability, it's a strength, it's a knowledge. I know that some people are going to take advantage of my kindness. Some people are going to accept it. Some people are going to be almost have their lives changed by it. And for me, it's kindness is me. I am kind. I like to be kind to others. I like to give kindness wherever I possibly can. And if someone takes advantage of that, that's not my concern.
No.
As long as that advantage that they take doesn't do me damage, it may cost me financially. It has done many times in the past. And it may cost me emotionally. But I think without my kindness, I'm much less of a person. So it's a risk worth taking for me.
I don't even think, like, it's not big things. Like, for me, it's like little day-to-day situations. Like, just tiny little things, like being someone paying at the till and saying, like, you know, how are you today? Like, it's on that level. So it's not about these grand gestures of...
No, I don't think it is
like,
either. I agree with
you know, I know sometimes we have supported people through a long period of time, which is fine, but it's almost these little things day to day towards strangers, people you don't know. So often I find that you go into a situation where you have to interact with someone who you don't know, and they let their temper rule over you. You know, depending on what kind of day they're having, that's the way they're gonna treat you that day, and that's awful. So I try not to do that. I try, like, even if I feel very out of whack and angry or whatever, I try not that to come out when I interact with someone else, because that's unkind.
Yes, no, I totally agree with you. Well, the situation we had here with the bureaucrat who was not particularly kind to us, who we met later, but we were kind to her. And because of that, she's now very kind to us.
Well, to a point.
Up to a point, as much as she can be within her sort of bureaucratic world. But it changed the way she dealt with us.
Yeah, it did.
Just like you say, that small act of, hi, you look great tonight. Are you going out for the evening? And she said, yes. Have a nice time. Simple as that. And this is from two people she'd been very rude to earlier. Maybe only a couple of hours earlier.
Yeah.
It stopped her in her tracks.
Yeah, it did. But it's risky, isn't it? You don't always want to take that risk, because you feel like, well, if you're being so nasty to me, why should I be kind to you? Because I can just be as nasty as you can. So it always comes down to those choices, doesn't it?
Well, because you're doing the kindness for you.
Yes.
You're not
it's how you want to be in the world.
You're not doing the kindness for them. You're doing the kindness for you. So you are being a kind person, not a mean person. And you spread kindness by doing that.
But do you really think that matters? Like, because you can feel like, if you've been having a few of those days and you feel, well, what's the point me being, because no one's ever, you know, people just, you know, they just sort of want to constantly harass me.
How do you feel when you're mean?
Not very good. I don't like it. I tend to apologize after, at least.
Why do you apologize?
Because I don't want to be that person.
No, exactly. And how do you feel when you're kind?
Like me.
Yeah. So on a purely selfish level, never mind anything else, kindness, being kind, on a small scale, on a large scale, makes you feel better about you. So you are a better person for yourself by being kind.
Yeah.
The result of that is that the kindness that you give to others can often turn others from being mean to being kind.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, it depends.
You have to be true to yourself, like we teach in the booklet about the 5 principles, and one of them is that you have to be who you are. You can decide who that is. So if you've decided that actually you're a kind person, be that person. Sod everyone else. Be that person for you, so you can be a kind person.
Yeah, but you sort of, if it can get quite hard. Like, it can get quite. You get depressed after a while.
Yes, you do.
If you are trying to be kind and people are constantly just, you know, or you perceive them that they're just not.
Again, back to our free booklet. in that, when you combine the first two of the principles, so you're not judging.
Yeah.
You don't judge. Why would you judge? You can't. You're not capable of judging another person's journey or another person's life. You've no idea what's going on.
No.
So don't judge.
No, I tend to think about that.
Yeah.
Like when people are being like not very nice, I tend to think that there's probably a reason for that.
There will be.
But they shouldn't let that go out on me.
No, they shouldn't. But unfortunately, that happens. We all have bad days.
Yes.
I have bad days. I'm no saint.
But
I know it's a shock. But
it's a shocker.
True.
Shocker.
Yeah, it's true. I have days where I'm crappy, just like everybody else. But you know that. You've been with me long enough to know that.
I don't. I don't have bad days.
No, of course you don't. You're perfect.
Never.
I forgot.
Never.
Sorry. But the truth of it is, when you're living your life, you're looking to build you into the best person that you can possibly be. Like I've mentioned, our free booklet before. Anybody wants it, they can download it from our website.
Yes, you can from our website.
So pick it up from there. The PDF form, it's free. If you buy one of our books, you get it free inside the book. So both things are good. But the good thing about the booklet is it's completely a-religious. It's completely non-spiritual. It's just telling you how to live your life to make you the best person you can be. And small steps. The principles apply in every situation.
So
kindness is huge in that.
yes. So say that you are somewhere and you're trying to be kind and you're trying to be yourself, and then you run into a situation, people are just extremely rude and not helpful. I mean, yeah, and in that moment, what do you do in that moment when you like feel your emotions rising? I mean, I tend to cry, and that never helps.
I tend to leave.
Right.
If I can leave, I leave. If I can't leave, I sit. I do that 9-breath meditation that I've taught you. So within 9 breaths, I'm back. It calms me. It allows me to examine. It allows me to truly see what's in front of me. And I apply the 5-drop principles. That works. But it's a habit. You have to form it. It's not going to work every single time, but it'll work most times. It's not going to work the first time maybe, but it'll work a little bit the first time. The more you do it, the better it becomes.
Yeah.
And you just apply the correct tool in the correct place. It's about analysis. So you look at the situation, and do I need to be here? Is it necessary for me to be here? If the answer is no, leave. If the answer is yes, then use the 9-breath meditation, calm down, and do exactly what you need to do for you, because you're not going to get anything from them.
No, definitely
So
not.
once you have done whatever you need to do for you, and you get to a point where you can then leave.
Okay. And if you have to go back, so you have to say that you have to deal with these people for several, sometimes months, how do you make yourself like go back? Because you know, okay, I'm going back into that, they're going to be exactly the same. And they're going to try and make me feel this way.
Again, you know what you're walking into. So you're prepared. Prepare yourself. 9-breath meditation before you go in.
Right.
Calm yourself down. Go in, do exactly what you need to do, and no more, no less. Give them exactly what they need or don't need, no more, no less, and leave again. If the situation's better, then extend it. If the situation's worse, don't go. There's many ways of communication. Sometimes you have to communicate in person. But if there's a way where you don't have to physically put yourself in that situation, use that instead.
Yeah.
And never mind whether the other person on the other side wants you to do it that way or not. This
Yeah.
is a situation where you decide what you want to do. So you would go, okay, I'm going to email you.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you, if it's bureaucracy, you send them all the documents by email, along with an email that says, sorry, I cannot deal with the hostility in the office at the moment. So I'm going to send this by email. I hope that's acceptable. If not, please let me know. And maybe we can deal with the hostility that I feel when I'm in your office.
Yeah.
So openness, bit of transparency, stay in control, keep it to you.
That's
That's
hard.
the-
That's the hard
Stay
thing.
in
Staying in
control.
control. Yeah.
But if you develop kindness,
yeah.
be kind to yourself too.
Yeah.
It's not just about being kind to others. If you're a kind person, don't treat yourself harshly.
True.
Be kind. Don't put yourself into a situation if you don't need to be there. Why? Why would you do that? So don't. And it's not, leave the ego out of it, because often people will put themselves into that space through ego.
Yes.
Damn it, I'm gonna tell them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
I'm gonna
yeah.
tell them what it does. What,
So they put
yeah.
themselves straight back into the same situation. They get exactly the same result. They feel even worse. They go back out. They get more determined to tell them. And then they go back again, and the same thing happens again. They go round and round in the circle. But each time it goes round in the circle, it gets worse.
Yes.
Break it. Break
Okay.
the cycle.
Okay.
Be kind to yourself. And just say to yourself, I don't need to be there. Do these people matter? Does
No,
this
not
person
really.
matter?
Yeah. That's the thing. It's sort of whether they don't actually matter, do they?
Yeah. Are you going to
Yeah.
see them again once
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
dealt with whatever it is you're dealing with? No, they don't matter then.
True.
What you're trying to get them to do matters. The person doesn't. Don't get personal. And be kind to you.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So kindness. Be kind to you. Be kind to others. We'll speak to you again.
Thank you for listening.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.